Hi everyone, it's Gabby aka Mini Reads. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're new here. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be doing my fall TBR, or what's on my fall TBR as we're going into the fall season. I know it's still like 70 or 80 degrees in some places where we live, at least here in the Midwest. The weather has been like so up and down, but it's fall. I'm calling it. Pumpkin spice lattes are out. Pumpkin cold foam at Starbucks is out. It's fall. So without further ado, let's jump into the books that are on my TBR for the fall. All right, so the first genre that I want to start off with is going to be one of the smaller ones, oddly, which is thriller. I know fall is kind of the time for thrillers and for fun, like scary books. But to be honest with you, my pile of thrillers is smaller than it used to be because I've been getting through them. The first one that I have is A Familiar Stranger by A.R. Torrey. It is about a woman who says she leads a pretty normal life, writing obituaries and spending time with her estranged family members, her husband and her son. Then she meets a handsome stranger at a coffee shop and she's lured into an affair. It sounds like her double life is like, it sounds like there's a threat of her double life being leaked to her son and his social media. So it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out, and it talks about her double life as well as a mysterious double life. Looks like a pretty easy read. It's about 266 pages. The words aren't super small. I don't know, it looks like it'll be a quick read and I am very excited. The next one that I want to read is called Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I'm sure you've seen this one all over BookTube and Bookstagram. This one is about a mom whose daughter goes missing, and years later, 10 years later, it looks like her mom is trying to like get back on her feet and ends up meeting a man whose daughter looks the same as hers did when she went missing 10 years ago. So it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. I also want to read Lisa Jewell's other book, and I'm totally blanking on the name. I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. It's a brand new one. I really want to read that one as well. The cover is eye-catching, and honestly, I kind of feel like an idiot because I skipped Book of the Month that month. All right, so the next genre that I want to get into is going to be romance and literary fiction kind of tied together. The first romance / literary fiction I want to read is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I am surprised that I have not read this one yet. It has been on my shelf for a little bit, but I'm excited to read this one. I hear that Charlie and Nora's love story is super cute and just, I don't know, I've heard really good things about this one. Sarah and Des talk about it all the time. Honestly, you guys, my personality is talking about Sarah and Des. But they've talked about that one. I really enjoyed Emily Henry's other reads, as well as I also want to read People We Meet on Vacation. Also, I'm super excited for Emily Henry's new release that comes out next year. I think it's in April. So I'm anxiously waiting for that. The next one I've heard is kind of a mystery / thriller / romance, contemporary literary fiction. I don't know what you want to call it, but that is Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This is about Madeline, and it sounds like she goes on a blind date and she accidentally ends up killing him. So she calls her aunties to come in and help her get rid of the body. And this just sounds like such an interesting premise. And the next one, it's another one that I'm surprised I haven't read yet. To be honest though, when a book blows up on TikTok or Instagram or anywhere, I guess I don't really gravitate towards it right away, being that it's like, oh, maybe the hype will die down, but I've not seen the hype die down for this, and this is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I also saw that Love Theoretically, her newest book, came out a few months ago, and then I know she's got a YA book that is coming out or may already be out, but this looks really cute. I feel like for the fall, that like the professor and PhD student and a fake dating trope is kind of fun, especially for like a cozy romance because it's fake dating. I guess I don't know a whole lot about the premise, but it looks really cute and I've heard really good reviews on it. The next ones that are on my list are a series, and they're a bit of a bigger series. I've read the first one. I have not read the second or the third one, and that is the Things We Never Got Over, or the Knock 'Em Out trilogy. I have the first two. I got this one right after it came out, and I don't know why I didn't read it. And now the Things We Left Behind came out, so I'm excited to pick that one up. As you guys may know from my Bookstagram, I'm on a buying ban right now, so I can't pick up the third one for quite some time. I don't know when I'm lifting myself off the ban, but at least for the month of September, I'm not purchasing any books, not gifting any books, unfortunately, but that is one of the ones I'm looking forward to picking up after I'm off my ban. I really loved Knox and Naomi's romance in Things We Never Got Over. I'm really excited to read about Nash and Lena, as well as Lucian and Sloane. My bestie's been telling me all about how she loves Lucian and Sloane. I am so excited to read this so I can actually talk to her about this. I love you, Sierra. So yeah, that is the series that I want to get to this fall, like a fun little romance as well. The first fantasy series that I want to read is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I don't know anything about this book, but this cover blows me away, and I've been seeing so many people talk about it. Most of the time I like to go into books blindly, so I don't know what is going on, and this is definitely a series that I'm gonna go into blindly. Once I finish this one, I definitely want to pick up A Ballad of Never After, and then when the third book comes out, The Curse for True Love, when that one comes out, I want to pick that one up as well. I've been hearing nothing but good things, and again, those covers are just stunning, and I don't know, I've heard really good things about Stephanie Garber. Staying on the topic of Stephanie Garber, I also want to read Caraval, which I hear is so good. I love the movie The Greatest Showman. I don't know if I support circuses, different soapbox, but this looks so good. It talks about the circus. Apparently someone goes missing, so it kind of fits into the vibe with the thrillers, and this is just, I don't know, the cover again is super stunning. The next one in this is Legendary. I think that's the next book in the series, and then there's also Finale, and just getting through the series sounds amazing, and I don't know, I need a fantasy adventure, you guys. The next fantasy series / duology that I'm going to pick up this fall is Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I read Shadow and Bone in the spring and loved it. And then as soon as the nice weather started and summer hit, I was like, nope, time for romances. We're gonna get into romances. Jump back into the show because I did watch the first few episodes and I really loved it. Also, the casting of Ben Barnes as the Darkling, let's just take a moment. That was a really good casting. That's exactly how I pictured him. So I definitely am excited to read these. I hear they're super good, and that the found family aspect in these is really something to be admired. So the next few I don't have a physical copy of, but I do want to read them, so we're gonna do a little honorable mentions. Sticking with fantasy, I am so excited to pick up Divine Rivals after I get off my ban. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, I think is her name, it just sounds like the perfect fantasy. There's a magic typewriter, there's enemies, is it enemies to lovers or academic rivals? I can't remember, but that just sounds so fun to me. A magical typewriter. Honestly, you guys, if we could still use typewriters, I would be all over that because it sounds so fun. I don't know, the cover for, I think it's Fairy Loot, is so beautiful, and I cannot wait to get my hands on a copy of Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Again, sounds like the perfect fall read, and I don't know, I'm ready, like I said, for a fantasy adventure. The next fantasy is the one I'm pretty sure we've all been waiting for since April or May, and that is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I already put in my pre-order for my copy of Iron Flame, and that's supposed to be coming out in November, and it's the sequel to Fourth Wing. If you have read Fourth Wing, if you love Fourth Wing like the rest of us have, that book literally stole the internet by storm, or at least the book community by storm. I can't wait for book 2. I can't wait to see what happens with Violet and how her life progresses. I'm not going to say very much more because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it yet, but I'm just so excited to see what happens because they left us on such a cliffhanger. It was just too good. Another thriller that I forgot to mention earlier that I remembered is releasing shortly, I think it's in the next month or two, is Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. If you have read The Last Housewife, I think, and In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, she's the same author. This one is about a lore, if that makes sense. Like, there are rumors going around in town that there is a vampire that is out killing sinners. One thing that I really love about Ashley Winstead's writing style is how it takes a really unique situation and runs with it. Like in My Dreams That Hold a Knife, they talk about a group of friends and someone dies and they're trying to uncover who did it. And the Last Housewife, that one was about like a cult, and it was so fascinating. It was disturbing, but I could not stop listening to that one because I listened to it on Libby. I could not stop listening to it. It was so good, and I can't wait to pick up her next one because I just love her writing style so much. And I don't know, it's just these ideas that she has are so creative, and the way she just rolls with them is immaculate. Another one that's coming out soon is Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. If you've been keeping up with me on Goodreads, you would know that I literally read almost every single one of Sally Hepworth's books, except for The Soulmate, which I have a physical copy of. I just haven't read it yet. If you guys don't know who Sally Hepworth is, she wrote The Good Sister, The Young Wife, and a couple others that are really big in like the thriller community, and I love her writing style. She's Australian, so whenever I listen to the audiobooks, they're always told by an Australian narrator, and that just makes them so much more enjoyable. All right, so the last book that I have on my fall TBR is Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm really excited for this one. I read the Inheritance Games trilogy earlier this year, and I just started the Natural series. I only have the first one, but I'm really like enjoying it so far. It sounds like we get the perspective of the brothers this time, but it's for a different mystery, which is really exciting. I know there was like an assumption that it was going to be all 4 brothers, but now I'm hearing it might be 2 of them. So I don't know. I just can't wait to get my hands on it. I saw it at the store this morning, and I had enough willpower to leave it at the store. Also, can we just talk about how the first 2 books in the series are available in paperback and the second 2 are available in hardback? Not that that's an issue, but for aesthetic purposes, I don't know how to feel about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, for hanging out with me. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff that you know how to do. Follow me on Instagram down below at minireads. Add me on Goodreads. Let's connect on TikTok. I don't know. I'll have all my links down below, and I will see you in the next one.